Peace, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Actually, took yesterday off, but I'm back now. It's a little burnt out, but that's what happens. You know what I mean? Creating content and going live every day, twice a day is it gets very difficult. Very, very difficult. But I'm back now. Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah. Well, I'm actually out on my balcony. This particular condo. It's an Airbnb, but it has a balcony. I like it. Small. You can't really see too much. You can't really see too much, but it's a nice little balcony. You know what I mean? You want to come out and get some air without having to go all the way outside. I don't know if you can hear the wildlife. No, you definitely in the morning hear it. Yeah, the birds are different. They got different birds there. They make you mine. You kind of suffer off TV like you're in the jungle or something. But guess what? You are in the jungle. But yeah, it's all good. We share the lives. Share it out. I'm going swimming later on. Yeah, make sure I work out. Welcome in. Hit that like button. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in. I'm dialing in live. I'm in Hua Hin, Thailand. Hua Hin Beach. Yep. Appreciate you. I see you up there. Hit that like button. One time. I'm glad I missed yesterday. Edison King, welcome in, Edison. Welcome in. Yep. Yeah, but I'm in Thailand. I'm on my third city. I'm in Hua Hin, but I've spent time in Phuket. I spent time in Bangkok. So I may be moving to another country. I mean, going to my next country in the next couple of weeks. Donna Brown, Miss Donna. Hey, Miss Kwana. Welcome in. How you doing? You always come through, show me some love. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for the heart love, the fam love, the fam hearts. Let me get you and put you up. I got you on the pin. Thanks for the heart me. Yeah, thanks for the heart me. Yeah, I took off yesterday. I ain't do nothing. I was kind of burnt out yesterday. I kind of got my swagger back this morning. You know what I mean? If you're coming in, make sure you pick up the pinned account. Miss Kwana 4444. She makes candles. She creates content. She has platforms on multiple platforms. She has multiple platforms. She has a platform on so you can follow her on Instagram, and you can also friend her here. So make sure y'all engage with her. She's a good person. She's one of my biggest supporters. I really appreciate her. Please make sure y'all make friends. Yeah, thanks, Miss Kwan. I appreciate that. Nisi No. I think they say Nisi No. Welcome in, Nisi. How your day going, Miss Kwan? I hope good. Let me put you back up. Let me put you back up there. Yeah. Yeah. But I can't complain. I'm really like I had to take yesterday off. I was really burnt out. I had to get me some rest. I'm back at it today though. I gotta get out there and move around. But I definitely wanna make sure I work out today though. Cause I am getting myself back together, but just wanna stay consistent, you know what I mean? Make sure you pick up the pinned account. Don't forget to pick up the pinned account. 220. I got 222 likes. Wow, 222. I like that. That's a good number. 222. I see you. Miss Liz. Welcome in. Thanks for the likes. When you going live again, Miss Kwana? When you gonna start to get back on your live, on your live stroll? Hold on one second. I'm gonna get me a chair. tired of standing up. Yeah. Oh, he got tired of standing up. Thanks for the follow, M7720. I appreciate that. Thanks for the likes too, everybody. Y'all make sure y'all make friends. Drop a comment. If you drop a comment, then I can put you on the pin. Hey, Philly Girl Uptown. That's my peoples. Y'all drop some comments so I can get y'all up there. Thank you. Thanks for the heart me. Drop a comment. Drop a comment at least so I can put you up. I appreciate you. I know how it go. I appreciate that. Let me get you up there. Y'all make sure y'all friend up my good friend Philly Girl Uptown, please. I appreciate that. That's one of my family members, my tribal members. You know what I mean? She definitely, yeah, we grew up together. That's my homie. Yeah, for real. I really don't know. No. I'm only gonna be here I ain't gonna be here too much longer. Probably a couple weeks. Cause I think I'm gonna go. Thank you. Thanks. Make sure y'all make friends with my gifter. Make sure y'all make friends with my gifter. Thanks, Miss Liz. I see you like the live. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all drop a comment so I can get y'all up. But I think I'm gonna go to Vietnam next. But see, one thing I'm thinking, like my you said 41, Philly Girl Uptown, 41. I don't know. You gonna have to decode that for me. Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, but Philly Girl Uptown, she's on the pin. Make sure y'all make friends and engage with her content. She's on a similar journey as me. She's a content creator. She also posts a lot of she gives a lot of good advice, motivational type advice, and really just giving people the game of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's free game. So she's definitely a very, very intelligent, highly intelligent, and wise individual like myself. So yeah, definitely. It's good to listen to people who got good sense. It's just the bottom line, you know what I mean? Because we got so much different. We got a lot of people that don't got good sense out here really advising people. And that's why a lot of things ain't going right for us in this world. But, it's still good people out here. You know what I mean? That's why you got to believe in certain things that we may have lost track of. Like, it is love out here. It's love out here. It's love, consideration, true friendship, true love, all that kind of stuff. It exists. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, like, things that's valuable, like friendship and love, they hard to find. You got to dig. You got to look for it. You can't, it's not just going to be just right there, on the surface. Sometimes, most of the time you got to dig to find things that have value. So, that's just my advice. But, thanks, Miss Quana. I see you. I hope y'all linking up with each other. I appreciate it. Oh, shucks. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me up to my little goal. I appreciate it. I felt bad that I didn't go live yesterday. Cause if you miss going live for like 1 or 2 days, the league, see, they got me. I'm almost to the C. I'm almost back to the C league that I was before. But it seemed like if you miss a couple days, they'll put you back. You like you'll lose one of your points or whatever. Cause I was like on D1, ready to go to C, and I took off like a day and a half. Man, I came back on. It was at D2, and I said, damn. I was like, wow. I said, why they why they do it like that? But it's all good. I don't know. M70, I think M70 stepped off. But that's why I'm gonna put you back up. Hey, drop a comment, Miss Quana, so I can get you back up. Get you on the pin. I like to keep the pin thing flowing because when the people do come through, it's easy for them to see you, so they can friend you. You know what I'm saying? Cat Sweets, welcome in, Cat Sweets. Drop a comment. I appreciate you coming in. You drop a comment, I'll put you on the pin. But definitely everybody is I don't want to say it because I think the link up, saying using certain words is beginning to be they don't want you to say that. You know what I mean? Like this friend for friend thing, they don't want you to say that. They really they don't want you to say that. So I don't know. I got to figure out some new words, but we linking up. You know what I mean? We definitely linking up with each other and supporting one another. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all. Yeah, I'm staying on for a while. I'm gonna stay out here and get me some air for a minute. Traveling 259. Drop a comment. I see I don't know, I see Cat Sweets. Miss Cat Sweets. If you drop a comment, Miss Cat, I'll put you on the pin. I can't pin you without a comment though. I appreciate the likes too. I see you liking the live. I appreciate it. Yup. Yup. I've been in Thailand a month, almost a month and a half. About maybe one more week. One more week it'll be. I think one more week it'll be a month and a half. No, I've been here a month and a half. I think. Huh? Yeah, almost. Yeah, no. I think like one more week it'll be a month and a half. Yeah. So. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm bugging. No, it's been a month and 3 weeks actually. Yeah, it's been a month and 3 weeks. But I've been to 3 different. I was able to go to 3 different cities. I did Hua Hin, Phuket, and Bangkok. So, I plan on leaving and coming back. So, I definitely, when I come back, I'll probably go to a couple places that I wasn't able to do on my first trip. You know what I mean? Because if you coming in and out, make sure you make friends with the pinned account. Got Miss Cat Sweets. Everybody in the comments is doing friend for friend. Yep. Make friends, everybody. Make friends. Welcome in, Marilyn. Miss Marilyn Johnson. Welcome in. That's not Marilyn. No, I got a good friend, a lifelong friend, Marilyn. But Marilyn is her last name is not Johnson. Yeah. Somebody I went to school with, grew up with, everything. But Peaches Jones, welcome in, Peaches. Make sure y'all pick up the make sure y'all make friends with everybody. Make friends. Everybody in the comments is basically linking up. Make sure y'all drop the comment. Drop the comment hashtag FYP. There's nothing wrong with that. Hashtag FYP. Also, share the live. Thanks, Miss Katz. I see you sharing. I see you liking. I appreciate it. And if y'all make the comment, when you make comments, it's really easier for people to. It's really easier to make friends with people when you from the comments. So drop a comment. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag trending. Hashtag viral. Hashtag friends. Cindy. Welcome in, Cindy. Yep. I appreciate y'all. How you doing, Miss Cindy? Thank you. I appreciate you coming in. I got you on the pin. Y'all make sure y'all make. It seemed like I just saw you on the live. Thanks for the heart me, Miss K. Welcome in, Miss K. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. I'm gonna put you up next, Miss K. Yeah, I got you next. But y'all make sure y'all make friends. Make sure y'all make friends with each other. I'm really still trying to figure out how I'm gonna, because everybody's supposed to link up, but they starting to say, the experts are saying that they don't want you to say certain things. So, but it's all good. We'll figure it out, right? But yeah, make sure y'all make it silent. Peace, my brother. I see you, man. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all pick up. Make sure you pick up my gifters. These are some good people. Definitely some good people. Y'all need to link up. These are people that come through and they support me, but they support a lot of other people too. So even my boy Silent, drop a comment, Silent, if you're still in here, so I can make sure I can get you up there on that pin too. Cause you next, Silent. Make sure y'all make sure y'all link with each other. Silent goes live about every day. Yeah, Silent goes live a lot, and Miss K, she goes live too. Miss K is definitely You really really want to make sure that you link up with Miss K. You know what I mean? And Silent, I see you. Yo. Yeah. Thanks, Miss K. I appreciate that. But yeah, these some good people. You know what I mean? They experiencing success on the platform, like a lot of us is or on our way to. You know what I'm saying? And they're good people. They're good people. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't all about the numbers, but it is about the numbers. And then you really want to be linked up with people that's getting busy on the app. You know what I mean? Because they the ones that's going to push whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. They're going to help you achieve it. But yeah, got bro Silent got a nice live that he does. He also has a business. It's called Imperial Wash with Opulent Service. So you make sure you check out his content, check out his live, but also check out his content, meaning like his videos and stuff like that, and you will see like really basically what he does. You know what I'm saying? Because he also has a service outside of the TikTok realm. He has a service in the physical world. So, and his lives get busy. If you want to go into a live stream where you can go in and make some really good connections, a lot. Yeah, make sure you link up with the bro. I appreciate you too coming in, Silent. Definitely. Yeah, I'm sharing it out one more time. I really want to share this, John, over the Facebook. Thanks for the likes too, y'all. John, over the Facebook. Thanks for the likes too, y'all. I see it. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm ready to go back in. Yeah. Thanks for the likes, bro. What you been up to? I like this, John. Cause for real, gotta make sure this John locked. What's doing it? Hold up. There you go. What the fuck is wrong? I get it. Yeah, it get hot quick. Even in the morning. It's early in the morning. Hey, it's 6:50. It's 6:57 in the morning. You know what I mean? You about to blaze up. I heard that. I know that's right. Where you at? Where you from? Where you from, Silent? If y'all coming in and out, make sure y'all make these connections with everybody. Everybody in here, good folks. Everybody in here is definitely about hooking up with solid people. DC Destroyer. I remember you, DC Destroyer. Got Ohio in the house. That's what's up. Oh, you from Florida? Okay, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, my bloodline from Florida. Yeah, my grandparents from Live Oak. You ever heard of Live Oak, Florida? Yeah, one half of my family from Live Oak, Florida. My mom people, my dad people from South Carolina, but my mom family, you know what I mean, from Live Oak. Yeah. Okay. You know Live Oak. Yeah, but yeah, definitely, yeah. That's why I said in one of my videos. I said I get used to the heat quick. I said I got tropical DNA. Yeah, I mean I got tropical DNA. You know what I mean, like in my blood. So the heat don't phase me like that. I like it actually. You know what I mean. Hey, DC Destroyer, I appreciate you coming in. If y'all come in, if anybody coming in, make sure you link up with the pinned account. Y'all make sure y'all link up with each other. I need to go on my other joint. But I think I don't know. I really just came on a humbug. I was.
If you've been using Canva for your text post, TikTok is actually starting.
Yeah, I was gonna go on at 8, but then I just was like, man, I'm going on now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh no, let me see something. Yeah, I reached my limit. I reached my limit. I get into that in a minute. That's what I'm a douchey. Yeah, thanks for coming in, y'all. Thanks for supporting the brother. You know what I mean? You know it's hard. It's a little bit harder for the brothers than it is for the sisters. I was talking to I was on a live with one of my good besties, and she didn't get upset, but when I was like, look, it's easier for y'all than it is for men. And she was like, what you mean by that? And I was like, you know it's easier for y'all than it is for men. Y'all, you know that. You know what I'm saying? You know that for a fact. Because it just is. I don't know why. Annette Cormier, welcome in. Make sure y'all link up. Everybody link up. Everybody in the comments. Everybody in the comments and everybody in here is making connections. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is my backup too, Silent. Captain Avatar is my other joint. Yep. Miriam, welcome in, Miriam. I saw you, Miriam. I got a daughter named Miriam. She's a very beautiful young lady. China, welcome in, China. Y'all make sure y'all link up. Make sure y'all link up with everybody. Everybody make friends. Engage. It's much appreciated. Yep. I guess this is starting off as us but everything got to get its proper time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a lecturer, but I usually talk about things off script. You know what I mean? Or just try to bring some light to certain situations. You know what I mean? But, you know, everything in the world is as it usually is. A lot of chaos, but, you know, we can fix these things as if we collectively apply ourselves to it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the world being a diverse place and it being multidimensional, it's a lot of things going on simultaneously. You can't really, and the more you know, the more you just know where to put yourself. The more you know, the more you know, because that's really what it is. There's no really way to correct. There's no way to really correct the world. Oh, did you DC Destroyer? Well, you know I'm a boxing coach. I'm a fighter too. But I mean, that's my life. Yeah, but Ohio good. Ohio got good fighters. Ohio is a good fight state. Yeah, you know, like Toledo, Cincinnati. I'm just it's a lot of fighters. I mean, we used to go to Cincinnati for sparring. Coach Mike Stafford, rest in peace. We visited his gym a couple times. You know, that's remember, Mike Stafford trained Adrian Broner. Brad Ward, welcome in. But I'm from Philly. I'm from Philly, so Philly is boxing. Plus, I'm old school Philly. I ain't one of these young bucks. I started boxing in 1985. Yeah, but I'm just saying that's old school for now. I mean, it was just, the people I learned how to box from. They still living. They old though. But I'm just saying, like, no, the old heads that was in the gym, the old men that was in the gym with us back in the '80s, they gone now. And the young guys who was coaching, like my coach Eugene Pearson, he one of the best. Gino like 80 something. But it was men in the gym with us that was older than that. That was, you had guys in their 60s and brothers in their 60s and 70s back in the 80s. Like they gone now. But yeah, that's really my thing for real. But I kind of transitioned into, I don't know. I experienced a lot of things. I have 3 children. 3 of my children, I boxed them. They all 3 of them national champions. All 3 of them been nationally ranked. The oldest, he got a 7-1 record in the pros. I believe I accomplished something. I got 6 national champions under my belt for my short career. You know what I'm saying? For my short coaching career, the amount of time that I had in the boxing, and I produced 3 number 5s and 1 number 1 in the country. So, and I did it on my own. So, welcome back, Miss Quana. But boxing is definitely my thing. I would love to get back. I would love to get into it on my journey. Hold up. No. Why is it doing that? This thing crazy. That's cool. Yeah. Welcome back, Silent. Welcome back. But yeah, I would love to get back. If I was, that's really what I'm kind of looking forward to. Like if I was to find a job in one of these gyms, because I'm real good. I'm real good with pads. Like I can do the pads real good. I'm a good trainer, but I know everything about training. I mean, if I can find me a lane, here, I would definitely. I'm gonna stay anyway, but I'm just saying, boxing is something I love to do because my coaching career, not quite 20 years, about 17, 18 years, as a coach, but. For real, I love boxing so much. I've coached boxing for free. In fact, I've done it for free. You might as well say. You know what I mean? The money. I've had my own gym. I had my own gym for 2 years. Really, I got my gym right as COVID hit. Had my own gym and everything, but then I just was for 2 years. I was paying the rent. I didn't hear it. Oh, you said you first met Ray Leonard, Aaron Pryor, and Hilmer, Kentucky. The Ohio State, the State Fair is it's like a good joint. It's like a real, historically, that's something good to say. If you win the Ohio State Fair tournament, that's a nice feather. That's a nice feather to have in your hat. Yeah, the Ohio State Fair is dope. You know what I'm saying? And when we was kids, that's why when I brought my kids up, my kids been all over the country for national tournament. We've been to Missouri, we've been to Georgia, we've been to Florida, we've been a lot of places. I've been to the Olympic trials with my oldest son in Colorado, been to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, for boxing. But I ain't gonna lie, when I was a kid, man, they ain't take us nowhere. We fought locally. I mean, if somebody would have told me, yo, man, you just stay in the gym, you just do this, you just do that, you stay out of trouble, ooh, I'm taking you to Florida, or we going to anywhere. You could have said, I'm taking you to Maryland, and Maryland right down the street. I'm from Philly, so, Maryland ain't far from Philly for real. It's only 2 hours away. And, oh, yeah, it's silent. Yeah, that's my next stop, bro. I think that's where I'm going. I was gonna go to the Philippines, but I think I'm gonna go to the Philippines. I'm gonna do Vietnam, then the Philippines. But these futuristic kids is spoiled. I spoiled my kids. You know what I mean? They've been a lot of places. You know what I mean, for boxing and boxing tournaments. And I'm glad. I'm happy that they experienced something better than I did. You know what I mean? Cause shoot, yeah, like I said, I started boxing in '85. I was 12 years old in '85. So it's just a different time. You know, my first fight, real fight, was in '87. I was 14. It was '87. It was either '86 or '87. I think it was '87 though. But you know that it always things. It's not necessarily. It is better now in reference to certain things, but some things was better back then. You know, so some things just really was better back then. You know. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean. Hey, Captain, Silent. I friended you on my backup. Um, Captain Avatar. Captain Avatar is my backup. You started at 15. Yeah, yeah. That ain't too late. That's good. Yeah. You can still you know that's still relatively you young. You still young. But you know in boxing the younger you start the better you possibly can be. Cause like I said, I started at 12, almost 13, about to turn 13. But my kids, I started them when they was like 4 years old, 5 years old. Cause really, they knew how to do like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We knew that they knew that from the crib. You know, I was teaching them that in the house, but still, I took them in the gym. Yeah, 5 years old, they was in the gym. But that's what I'm saying. By the time they was 11, 12 years old, you know, they really had a lot of skills. You know, shoot, they was at 11, 10, 11, 12 years old. They was fighting better than more. They was fighting more better than some pro fighters. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Really, did I do that? No, I didn't. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for I see the likes. I appreciate you. Keep hitting that like button. I appreciate DC Destroyer. You back on the pen. I appreciate you tapping up for me though, bro. I appreciate you coming in. You know what I mean? It's good to have at least one person there to talk to. But no, I appreciate it. I don't complain about nothing because I already got some love. I already know what it is. You know what I mean? For men, a lot of men who do these live streams, it's a little. I don't know why. I do know why. You know what I'm saying? But it's harder. It's a little bit harder for a man. It's than it is for a woman. It just is. You know what I'm saying? And really, I don't be wanting to talk about serious stuff all the time, or because I went when I first started going live. This is like last year, almost 2 years ago. I used to always try to. I would come on talking about. I would always be trying to give a lot of advice, and which is a good thing for me, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing for because I know that's my purpose, but I don't be wanting to be overbearing with the things that I talk about. You know what I mean? Because besides the fact that I'm a boxing coach, I'm really a 110% boxing person. You know, the Most High Creator, Allah guided me to like get into like higher knowledge. So you know, like I'm into like a lot of hidden and secret history. You know what I mean? Like just things outside of like mainstream religion and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate spirituality. I know spirituality. I know God. You know what I mean? And and I understand a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I understand a lot of things that the reason why the world moves the way it does is because of ignorance, but not just basic ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance that have been put inside of us to be a certain way and to think a certain way. You know, but you know, everybody is not ready and able to be able to accept and digest certain information. So you know, I just try to like say what I can say or what I think the people can handle. And at the same time, everything I know, I can't necessarily communicate it. That's another thing. I can make that another comparison with boxing. Everybody who know how to, I had to learn this though. Everybody who know how to box don't know how to teach boxing. You got to learn how to teach boxing the same way you learned how to box, right? But what I'm saying is, you can know something, but that doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily be able to communicate a message. So I know I'm in the process of learning how to really like communicate, how to and or I'm learning how to get a little bit more proficient in how I communicate my particular message. You know what I'm saying? Or what I'm trying to say. So but that takes time. You gotta pay your dues. The same way in boxing. You gotta pay your dues in the gym, as a fighter or as a coach. A lot of them think they want to be a boxing coach. They think because they watch a couple videos on YouTube, and they watch Roger Mayweather give Floyd Mayweather the pads, and all of a sudden they trying to do pads like Roger Mayweather. I mean, it's a lot of different stuff, but it don't work like that. You got to be in the gym. You gotta be under a real coach. You got to be like an apprentice. You got to and he got to critique what you're doing. Like the real coach got to look at you while you learning how to be a coach. That's how you learn. But it's the same thing with getting on TikTok, becoming a speaker. Because I be not like I used to. I used to be nervous. I used to be nervous a lot in the beginning when I used to go live. But what I'm saying is, I got away from that. I got experience going live, so I'm not as nervous, about talking as I used to be. But even after you get a little bit of experience with going live, you got the same problem everybody else got. You gotta what you call it's hard to figure to keep figuring out something to talk about. That's one of the hardest things. Your subject matter. Your subject matter. Yeah, your subject matter is it's hard to keep coming up with different good things to talk about. But I definitely yeah, I'm running it up. If y'all coming in, make sure y'all make friends with the pen. Well, I ain't got nobody on the pen. Ain't that a bleed? Okay. Well, I'm glad I got that one. Yeah. Trying to get out of this league. I'm trying to get to the C League. Another thing about going live, depending on the league that you're in, that's what the system will feed you out there a different kind of way. I'm in the D League, so I'm like at the bottom. Not at the very bottom, because I think you start at like D5 and I'm at D1. I'm almost ready to be in the C. But that definitely means something. Yeah. But life is definitely, this is a journey of learning. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, like, I'm more than just a regular guy. I'm not just a regular guy. I'm just not a regular guy. But at the same time, I'm not just anything that I have been. I'm not just a truck driver. I'm not just a fighter. I'm not just a boxing coach. I'm not just a Muslim. I'm actually more. I'm more than that. Like, 'cause there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of things that I am, and all of us have all of us are similar. Even you. I know I got one person they talk, but I know that you're not just one thing. I know there's multiple things. I know it's some things about you that people don't know about, that are that are good, and depending on whatever Ain't that something? You said just the best coaches usually ain't the best fighters. Yeah, that's true. A lot of times, the best coaches be guys who kind of failed at being fighters. Not for what reason? Because I ain't gonna say like I think I failed. I definitely failed at being a fighter, but not because I couldn't fight. I failed at being a fighter because when I was younger, I was into the streets. So the streets and going away and all that kind of stuff derailed, you know, my hopes and dreams as a young guy. But and by the time I got myself together, I was in my 30s, you know, and I gave it one good try. But I was married, kids and stuff like that, so I just really couldn't get it together. But as a coach, when I came back in with my kids and I started coaching, everything clicked. Everything clicked for me as a coach. So, but that was my destiny. You know what I mean? A lot of us, our destiny, you know, your destiny is not like I have produced champions. I have produced a number one in the United States of America, and that's a big accomplishment for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially being as though I know how hard it is. I know people that been training fighters 20, 30 years and they never had a number one in their hands. They never had one of their fighters number one on that USA boxing. So I feel good about that. So, you know, I'm just saying. I'm really, really thankful for that. But I'm more than that. I'm more than that. So, you know, it's things, and we all got a message and we all got a purpose out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a purpose. Everybody is important. You know, like a lot of times you see people try to act like, well, not try to act like, they are important. Everybody's important, but because we are supposed to affect our reality in a positive way, to the best of our ability. You know, okay, I got 3 people in my life, 4 people in my life. Okay, I'm going to try to positively affect you all the best way I know how. And if I'm looking at your stuff or I'm paying attention to you or whatever the case may be, I would have to say that I ain't gonna say that's your purpose because I don't know. I know what my purpose is, but you know, the world would be a better place if everybody knew what their purpose was. Because I almost know that I'm not. You know, I can't say it like that. Everybody's purpose ain't to be positive. You know why? Because some people purpose in this world is to be the villain. Because every superhero, and I'm a superhero. Every superhero has a equal and opposite villain. You know what I'm saying? So have you know that villain archetype is real. So what I'm saying is that's, you know, Allah the Most High God, he created a whole bunch of people to be that way. Right. Oh, you a OG. You older than me. You probably a little bit older than me. Well, okay. Well, you was boxing you was boxing in the '70s. So yeah, I was a little baby, little kid in the '70s. Um, yeah, but you know, but like I said, you know, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying something to you that you know. Discipline. Without it, you can have all the talent in the world, and well, especially in boxing, it's gonna be you ain't gonna do nothing without discipline. But you also need support because this is another thing I learned as a coach. You know, people bring their kids in the gym and think they could just leave them, and no, these kids, they need support. They need support from their parents. They need support from whoever is raising them and is around them. You need, you know what I'm saying? You need that support. You need people telling you good things about yourself. You need people telling you and motivating you in and outside of the gym. You know, like when you go home, you don't need nobody saying, "Oh, you ain't shit," or "You ain't gonna win." You need somebody. When you go home, you need your pops or your older brother or your uncle be like, "Yo, man, can't nobody fuck with you, dog." When you go in there and do this, you know what I'm saying? You need that. But a lot of kids be having negativity. That's one thing that I learned, and that made me even stronger as a coach. I started seeing that it's not just about coaching these kids, and I ended up investing in these kids and end up getting heartbroken. I done had some of these kids living in my house because some of them is teenagers or early 20s. These guys I done trained from when they was little to up to when they grown, and they get kicked out the house and they call, "Hey coach," you know what I mean, and I'd be like, "All right, come on," and they sleeping on my couch and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean, and then. If you've been a fighter, you know how you do experience a lot of heartbreak dealing with people, dealing with kids on that level. Just what I'm saying, they cross you up all of a sudden. Now you talking about you want to go train with another person, another coach, and all that kind of crap. But that's life, because God trying to teach you a lesson. Well, I learned a lot of lessons in life from being a boxing coach and a mentor. Because if you're a basketball coach, you're a football coach, you're a boxing coach, you're a tennis coach, whatever you are, and you're dealing with young people, you are a mentor. Unless it's something, you're a mentor, because you're teaching these kids more than just the sports. In order for you to be a winner, you gotta have strong character. You gotta have good character too. With more context, you need strong character, because you just like, bro, like you said, being disciplined. Yeah, that's right. You definitely need discipline and perseverance. There ain't no question about it. Because one thing I teach my kids up front. Winning and losing are two parts of boxing. Like, boxing ain't just winning. You know what I'm saying? How people think, oh, how moms bring their son, they bring their son to the gym and they be like, oh, he bad. He like to fight. And I'll be laughing on the inside. I'll be like, he don't really like to fight. He like to win. He like to probably beat people up that he know he can beat. Most people that know how to fight good avoid confrontation in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Just do, because I know I can fight and I know I can hurt somebody. But at the same time, I know I ain't the only one out here who can do that. So what I do, I avoid confrontation with people. But what I'm just saying is, and I end up having to explain to these mothers that boxing is about discipline. So he can have anger issues and all that, but we gonna get that together in here. We're gonna get him to control. You got to control your emotions, because if you don't control your emotions and you in that boxing ring, you get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You get hit with a good shot and then you get emotional, and then the guy put you out because you trying to get your get back in an angry way, and you ain't on the game plan. So, but I'm just saying, you learn a lot, but that's about life though, because really, what I learned from sports, especially boxing, is discipline and perseverance, like you said. You know what I mean? And that's why that boxing and when I went into religion, Islam all my life, it just made me a disciplined person, and I was able to persevere through a lot, because I've been in some hard spots in my life. You know what I mean? So whereas though I had to be strong, I had to be mentally strong, I had to pray. You know what I mean? I had to dial in or buy into a program of discipline, and it saved my life. It really just did save my life. And Mayweather, the guy has a lot of accomplishments, so I don't, I'm just saying he one of the people that has a right to think he the best. I'll have to really have to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? We could debate about other people like Roy Jones or Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Robinson. There's some guys that's in that conversation. And I believe that Mayweather got a right to say what he's saying. It don't have to necessarily be my opinion, but what I'm saying, he got a right to say it. He's accomplished enough for him to be in that conversation. You know what I mean? But, a lot of times even with boxing, it's like music. It's really relative. A lot of things is relative. It's relative to like what you like. You know, even with being a boxing a judge. Like, you know, a lot of times, you know how you see a fight and you think man, the judges got it wrong. But what you seeing is really relative to what you like to see. Because like some people like aggressive fighters, some people like slick, crafty fighters. So it's like you got two different worlds, and you have some people that appreciate both sides. You know what I'm saying? I myself, I do appreciate both sides, but you know, and you know, just sometimes that's why if you ever notice in boxing fights, you'll have three different the judges, right? You got three different judges, and all of them may have, and you got three different cards, and you be like, "What the fuck? What was he looking at?" Well, he's looking at the same thing from a different position. So you really can't see what some of the stuff that he's seeing, you ain't seeing because you on the other side of the ring. So, but in life, a lot of things in life is like that though. Because if you ever notice, even when not to be talking about crime and stuff, but if you ever notice that you're a person, you could get 3 or 4 people could witness a crime, and you got 4 corners on the corner, and they all see the same thing that's going down in the middle, right? But all four of these people have a different. They saw something different. They saw 4 different things, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you know what I mean. So with boxing, this stuff is relative. You know what I'm saying? It's relative to what you like, or how you feel boxing should be, or what it should look like. You know what I mean? It's good and bad. Well, it's good for boxing. You know, but you know, but a lot of things. I took a lot of lessons, you know, from boxing and being involved with it, being around the gym. It really gave me a lot of like people skills too. Not just you know, dealing with different kinds of people, different personalities, different nationalities, and different kind of upbringing. You know, and like I said, it's all relative because people that come from nice places don't think the same way as people who come from hard places, hard and difficulty. You know what I'm saying? So that's like money. People come from money, they just think differently than people that come from no money. That don't mean they tougher. People, you know, if people, you know, disciplined people and tough people come from all backgrounds, but it's always going to be like a little different. The people think differently. You know what I'm saying? JD Pooh, welcome in, JD Pooh. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I see there's still a couple people in. You still in here with me, DC? DC Destroyer. DC Destroyer, you know, I don't know why. DC Destroyer. Daniel Cormier. DC, they call DC. You know Daniel Cormier. He a MMA fighter. What you say? Rocky Marciano was undefeated, but it's hardly mentioned of the speaking of the greatest. I agree with that. Yeah, what? Because you know, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to say, Rocky Marciano was a very, very. I'm not gonna say he was unique, but he was unique. Well, and he was rare because he was really a small guy. Even back then, for heavyweights, you know, he was a small guy with short arms, but he was a really tough. He was really a tough kid. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was hard to beat. The guy didn't get beat, right? But what I'm saying is, rest in peace to him. It's funny you said that. It's funny you said that. Just yesterday, somebody had posted, it was like on Facebook though, and they were talking about this what it was. Kobe, it was John Sally, the basketball player, was getting interviewed by that dude, DJ Vlad. And DJ Vlad was saying that no professional athlete had ever died in like an accident or like a boat, a car, or airplane accident like Kobe Bryant, because the subject was Kobe Bryant, right? And I was thinking, and I swear, and I commented this. Dude was like, no other athlete like Kobe Bryant had ever died like in a plane crash. And I thought in my mind, I said, damn. I said, that's crazy. He said that. I said, because Rocky Marciano, Rocky Marciano died in a plane crash. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Marciano was probably I mean, in the time when he passed away, what you said? You said that's not true. Marciano died in a plane crash, didn't he? I thought Marciano died in a plane crash, but I was gonna say another famous. Oh, okay, all right. Well, you said that's not true. I don't know which comment you saying that's not true, but I know another famous. And it's funny. Roberto. I don't know if you remember a baseball player named Roberto Clemente. He was pretty famous. But I resonate highly with Roberto Clemente because the same day that he passed away, I was born. You know what I'm saying? I was born the same day Roberto Clemente passed away. I was born. So my mom always told me that story, and she was like, you was born. Roberto Clemente, died in a plane crash the same day you was born. Because I was born January 1st. January 1st. But I think he died either the 31st of December or on January 1st. Like, I don't know how exactly that fell, but my mom always said the day you was born is when Roberto Clemente passed away. So I always remember. You know what I mean? I just really, really resonate with Roberto Clemente. J.K. Khan, welcome in, y'all. Come on in. Drop a comment. I'll put you on the pen. We ain't doing nothing but talking about we talk about a little bit of everything. A little bit of boxing, a little bit of history. That's all. Yeah, but and then another thing with even with sports, right? And it's even with that, the judging of things, is relative to who you are, because even if you talk about boxing is a very, very tribal. Boxing is tribal. I don't care what it is. I don't care where you go on this planet. When it come down about boxing, well, boxing is tribal. Period. Any other kind of fighting is tribal too. If you get in the octagon as a mixed martial artist, man, it's tribal. No, I know, but this is what DJ Vlad said. DJ Vlad was saying that Kobe Bryant was the highest But what I'm saying is I think he was like probably the most famous in his time at the time. A lot of people, me being so I'm like a history buff. I know a lot of, just like I mentioned, Rocky Marciano. I commented that on that post. I said Rocky Marciano died in a plane crash. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is Rocky Marciano is he's from before my time. But I'm a fighter and I'm a boxing coach, so I know the history. The history of boxing is something that you know what I mean. I know about. I mean, even look at. A lot of fighters on motorcycles. I don't even like when I see fighters ride motorcycles because it seems like motorcycles is bad luck for fighters. You got what was boxers are gladiators, but I don't like to see fighters ride motorcycles though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Fighters that ride motorcycles, it's just dangerous. I don't like it. It was a famous fighter from Philly, Schuler. James Schuler passed away. Rest in peace on the motorcycle. what's that kid name, man, from Puerto Rico? He fought Mayweather too. Mayweather stopped him, but he was a really, really good fighter. But of course, Mayweather got him. But what is he died on a motorcycle. Paul motorcycle. I don't like motorcycles for fighters. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like when fighters ride motorcycles. Yeah, I just don't. Cause it seems like it ain't for just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Do something else. You know what I mean? Do something else besides riding a motorcycle. I mean, you got enough danger in your life being a fighter, getting in the ring, risking your life as a prize fighter. Then you want to ride motorcycles too. The next thing you know, what you want to parachute out of airplanes and shit and all that. Nah, come on, man. It's dangerous enough, man. Getting in the ring, getting in the octagon, being a fighter. That's just my opinion, but that's how I kind of how I look at stuff. But but a lot of stuff, like I said, a lot of stuff is relative. Everybody can't be the same. If like even from different groups of people, okay, you could just say Italians, you got Polish, you got Irish, you got American, you got people from the UK. Everybody got everybody has national pride, so in a sport like boxing where it's a one-on-one, it's going to be really, really, I'm just saying, people going to think people definitely is going to say, no, my guy is the best guys. It's just, yeah, it's just it. But not saying people who know the sport of boxing or the sport or whatever, basketball, football, whatever, you got to give the props to people that's good, you know what I mean? But it's tribal. You know what I mean? It's definitely tribal, It just is. You know what I mean? Cause and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, Mexicans, you know what I mean, Puerto Ricans, they are very, very they serious about boxing. And they serious about, they're very, very serious. And that's one thing that I know. And, American people are serious about boxing too. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? A person could say what they want to say. I have my picks. I have my favorites. And, I have my favorites. You know what I mean? Like I would say, but I have my favorites from each group that I know about. Like even with Mexicans, like my favorite Mexican fighter is Julio Cesar Chavez. Period. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, him maybe Juan Manuel Marquez. And I know the other guy. I didn't see him a lot of his fights though. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Why is that happening? Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Mayweather. I mean Mayweather is a good kid. He's a good fighter. I'm like a few years older than Mayweather. I mean, Mayweather, I'm 52. Mayweather's like 48, 47, 48, something like that. But, we knew about him. He was like, because he was a good, he was a good fighter. You know how like back, how the good kids is in the country. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like me, I resonate real strong with Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley. These Ivan Robinson, Vernon Forrest, you know what I mean? Even my man, what you call, these is guys from my era. So when these are the guys that were on like the list, the USA boxing list when I was a young guy, when I was a kid, like the 1992 Olympics is like something that like I was supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? But I was away. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, no, but Mayweather's definitely in my generation of life. So, you know, I'm a person. I'm a Mayweather fan. You know what I mean? And then you got it's and some stuff is relative, but at the same time, some stuff is none of these fighters. If you want to find a reason to be displeased with whatever they did, you always gonna find something wrong with them. Whether it's, I don't care who it is, Oscar De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez, Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard. All these guys did a whole bunch of all these guys accomplished stuff, but these guys did stuff that you can't fight everybody. You can't do it. Manny Pacquiao, all these people, all these guys, it's the same. You know what I'm saying? All everybody, you can't fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then Andre Ward. Now they talking about Terrence Crawford and all. You know what I mean? They try to find something wrong with his career and his resume. You know what I mean? They always got and when I say like it was a time when people was questioning and talking shit about Roy Jones, his resume, and they did the same thing they doing now, the guys. The same thing they talk shit. You got plenty of people talk shit about Manny Pacquiao resume, Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about that surface stuff. I'm talking about it's little stuff. It's stuff to all of these guys. You know what I mean? But you can't fight everybody. Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Mike McCollum. You hear about the Four Kings back then, right? You got Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, right? Okay. But guess what? Rest in peace to the body snatcher Mike McCollum, right? He just passed away, right? Rest in peace to him. But all four kings avoided Mike McCollum. How is that? How can Mike McCollum be in that time zone and none of them for him? It's for a reason, right? Okay. Aaron Pryor, another guy who didn't really get some of those fights that he probably should have got, like with the Sugar Ray Leonard fight, Roberto Duran. These fights didn't happen because that didn't, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? But you can't, but I don't knock none of them for not fighting these guys because you can't fight. You can't fight. No fighter you can't fight everybody. You can't. Not in this era. Not in this era. You ain't fighting. You can't fight everybody. You know what I mean? So, and any time with sports is everything about sports is debatable, and it's relative to what you think, what you like, and all that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I love and respect all fighters. I don't care what color you are, where you come from. I love and respect all fighters. Point blank. Period. All of us as individuals, we have national, family, and personal pride within ourselves. So we should represent ourselves and our family and our country in the best way, in an honorable way. And Aaron Pryor definitely. I think he's underrated in the sense of he didn't get a lot. A lot of them guys, they didn't get the opportunities. But you gotta understand, their era is like the Sugar Ray Leonard era, right? So a lot of that shine, a lot of the shine that a guy wanted was given to Sugar Ray Leonard. But what you gonna do? He's the golden boy. He was the golden boy before Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I mean? He's Sugar Ray Leonard is the guy. He's the guy. But he's the guy. He's the guy. He can really fight. He can really fight, and he's like the golden guy, the guy, right? It's the same. But even look, you got motherfuckers that talk shit about Oscar De La Hoya, right? I'll be shaking my head. I'll be like, y'all motherfuckers don't know. Oscar De La Hoya is the truth. You can say what you want to say. Because one of the kids that I grew up with in the gym, in my neighborhood and everything, Ivan Mighty Robinson, Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse went to the Olympic trials. All that stuff he lost. He had a couple like deep losses, like meaning he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. I always knew about Oscar De La Hoya. It's like meaning he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. I always knew about Oscar De La Hoya. You go back to '92, you go back to 1990 and 1988 and all that. I know about Oscar who Oscar De La Hoya was. Come on, man, because Ivan Robinson in Philly. This is in Philly big though, but it's a lot of good little fighters in Philly. But in my gym, Ivan Robinson, I would say this. Ivan Robinson was the sharpest kid that I ever seen when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, motherfuckers they say, who's the best fighter? Who's the sharpest kid you seen when you was a kid? And I say, Mighty. Ivan. Ivan was sharp. Ivan had skills. Right? And guess what? Oscar beat him. You see what I'm saying? So like I always knew about Oscar. You see what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. But guess what? I respect, man. We respect people. You know, it's hard. I never made it to the pros, but I know what it takes to have to train to win an amateur fight. You got people in this world talk shit and they don't even know how it feels to get in the ring and fight 3 rounds. They don't know how it feels to be fighting a tournament. You have to fight multiple people. They don't know that. I know that. You see what I'm saying? I understand that. I've won fights. I've lost fights. You see what I'm saying? In the amateurs. So I'm just saying, I got a right to critique boxing. You know what I mean? I definitely got a right. I can critique boxing, and but I respect all. A lot of stuff with boxing is business. Like, you know, it's business. You know what I mean? You know, because you got people who complain about these fighters not fighting who they want them to fight. And you know what I mean about these fighters not fighting who they want them to fight. And you know what I always people complaining about certain shit. And I be like, these people never develop no fighters. They never develop no talent. So you take a kid from when he 5, 6 years old and you train him up to he 20, 22 years old. Thanks, Miss Lady T. Thank you. And you done trained this kid 20 years. And you done moved him up to the professional ranks as though he got a world title, he about to get a world title, he got a world title, and you just want him. Boxing is not a tough. See, a lot of people don't understand. Boxing is not a tough man contest. A lot of guys get fucked up because they don't get managed properly. But when you don't understand what it takes to develop talent, you think that you develop talent all these years and you just gonna throw your guy in there with somebody. You're gonna try to get your guy as many easy fights as you possibly can. Yeah, it was cool. I really, that's why I don't never talk no shit about none of them guys. I don't give a fuck. Even Oscar De La Hoya had they came out with he was wearing, he had some girl took some pictures of him when he had some lingerie on or some dumb crap. Well, I mean, whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But what I'm saying, as a fighter, Oscar De La Hoya is a bad dude. Period. You fucking play with him, you gonna get knocked out. You ain't gonna play with him. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya, if you want to go Mexican with it, Oscar De La Hoya better than Canelo Alvarez. He just is. And his resume, Oscar De La Hoya was fighting guys. Hey, listen. Oscar De La Hoya is one of the guys. He's definitely he's one of the guys. You know what I mean? And yo, baby bro, I seen I really don't know, Tyree. I ain't even see you in there. Tyree, you still in there, man? Miss Lady T, I'm gonna put you on the pen next. No, you welcome, Miss Lady T. You already know. We try to do the best we can for each other. You know what I mean? Keep this ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? I took a day off yesterday. You know what I mean? I took a day off and I don't know, I was tired, I was burnt out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm back to it today. I'm really I'm more now, but I think I'm going off in a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna go back on when I'm gonna take a walk because I'm going out. Go out, take a walk. Probably go live when I'm walking. I might go walk down to the beach. Take a little walk on the beach. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hey, friend. Hey, Tyree, you still in there? I put my little. That's my little brother. Tyree, I just had him on the pen. Let me put you up there too. I don't know if y'all know. Make sure y'all make friends with Miss Lady T. She's on the pen. Boombox. Welcome in, Boombox. If you coming in, make sure y'all link up with the pinned account. Yeah, make sure y'all link with the pinned account. She's a live hostess. She goes live every day, multiple times. She goes live like twice a day. She's a hairstylist. She's a content creator. She's a very interesting sister. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely somebody that you want to link up with. Definitely. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, but hey DC, I appreciate you, man. I think I'm ready. Log off, man, cause I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah, I gotta use the John ski. You know what I mean? Too beautiful. Where you been at? You been hiding? Yeah, no, likewise, man. I appreciate you. It's good talking to you too, man. I truly do. I appreciate it. And look, I don't know. I'll catch you, we'll see each other in the TikTok streets, man. I appreciate everybody for their support. And yeah, I'm ready to dial off. You better wake up, Too Beautiful.